All right, guys. This is Jonathan, Big Bucks Tech Hub. I am going to talk about some of the drone packages that I received from SDI, that's Sonorian uh, Desert Institute, and as part of the drone program. The first thing they gave me was a controller, as a flight controller. The flight controller actually is for the simulator, and the simulator lets you it shows you how to fly a drone pretty much. It's really simple, but you start to learn real fast. It's different than like a normal controller. This is really, they don't even call this a controller, they call this a radio. And you see you have to actually go and you screw them in and screw them out, and that's just how that works. This one's coming out of its base, so I have to change how this is done with a Allen wrench. That's how these ones are done. And they screw in. Super simple. And this was like the start of the program. Sometimes getting them in there is a little weird. I even had to adjust my... On the back, there's places where you put the Allen wrench in and you screw it. You can change the spring on how this works. Or it could be like this. So it's a little bit different on how you control it. The next part that I also got with this was the code drone. Now, the code drone was an interesting drone that I've never used this before, but it was a lot of fun, and it makes the most sense for a beginner person, whether it's a kid or an adult, for a drone. Now, this is an indoor drone. I decided to use it outside yesterday, and it kind of went a little bit of everywhere. I even tried to land it. It was not the greatest experience, but it's a good drone for the cost. I think this one's around like 200, 250. They sent it and gave me this one, but I really like it. I'm surprised at the way it's made, how easy it is to repair. They give you the tools. If you need the tools, they're fairly cheap. This is a good drone. And they actually give you 2 batteries with it, with a charging base. And then they give you the user manual, which is super easy. I was really surprised. And if you don't feel like sitting through, like just reading the manual, which you still should just read over it, your next step is to go to the website. The website has all the videos step by step by step, and it is very detailed. It's called RoboLink. RoboLink.com is a really good website. And you can see RoboLink Plus, color landing pads. You could program it to go by color. I've never done actually that, but it'll still read the color, reading 2 color combinations. You could program the drone with Python, which I thought was really interesting, because Python is literally the base now. It runs on everything. It's for AI, it's for anything for computer science, like even hacking for cybersecurity. So that's a good way to start. The controller I thought was really interesting and pretty put together for the price that you get it at. So you can either hook it up with a micro USB cord, which comes with it, or just put batteries in it. And I just have batteries in this one. I'm not going to turn it on for the sake of this video. I'm just not going to do that. And then after those classes are over, which this is my last day with these classes, but you should still always be practicing with this for the flight simulator. You'd be surprised how much it kicked my butt trying to do that for an FPV. So an FPV, the faster drones, especially ones you build, this is going to be very helpful with that. Now the second part, this is for the next class that starts tomorrow, is the DJI drone that I got. The DJI drone is a huge difference from this. It is a complete difference. I flew another drone too that I have, and it was around the same price as this, but it was really hard you had to like put it on the ground and spin it. That was the other one I had, and you can get that one at Walmart. I have it somewhere in storage somewhere, and with the DJI drone, it just does that all on its own. It knows where it's at. It doesn't need to be calibrated. Nothing. Like, it's out of the box, ready to go. Just open it up. And this one's a little different. So this one slides back, and it's a really good drone. For what the price is on this, it's amazing. And how fast it flies is really cool. That's how you turn it on. Use press, then press and hold again. The battery, when you get it, is actually already installed. You can buy battery packs for this one. They're fairly cheap. They don't cost a lot. Whoops. I just put an SD card in there today. You can charge the battery just by putting the battery in, then plugging it in for USB-C. So that's what I like about this. Everything is USB-C. Everything's been started being USB-C about 8 years ago. But some products are just now catching on. Apple's finally catching on. So it makes sense that everything should be USB-C by now. Nothing should be micro. I can understand why this is micro, but even though they gave me this, I've seen the cost of this drone. It should be USB-C. But it's still a good education drone for your first drone. But when you move on, this is amazing. Plus, what you do for this is where the knobs are. Same concept. I'm not even going to do that right now. There's no point. I had this in cinematic mode because I was taking some shots yesterday. This is for your phone. Believe it or not, I'm using the Fold right now, my Pro Fold 9. It fits perfectly in this, like perfect for a Fold device. And I was utterly shocked. Like the hinge sits right in here perfectly in the top. This controller is so well thought out. I am impressed for the price of the device itself. It came installed with an Apple one, but I don't have any Apple products at all. So it's all USB-C for me. So one side plugs in here. The other side plugs in. And instantly the video will come up once you download the software and everything on there. The directions are super easy for this too. I was surprised. That's why I'm wondering what's going to happen with the DJI ban. If something else will happen with it, because DJI by far is way better than any other drone company we have here in the U.S. Plus, it's almost 60% of the drone market in the U.S. and it's mostly part of our infrastructure, like firefighters and the police departments. A lot of them, if not majority of them, are using DJI for everything for their drone. So yeah, that's pretty much what we have here. Oh, forgot to tell you, this is the camera button. You'll get addicted to using that when you're flying a drone, just taking pictures. And I didn't use this yesterday. I forgot because it was my first time taking this drone out. This is the wheel. This actually controls the camera from the angles. And I'm going to experiment probably more with that today, but this is my last day, so I got a lot of catching up and work to do to finish before I start class tomorrow. And I'm sure they're going to start off with this drone. I've already flew it once. I plan on flying it again. I flied it at the Point in Pittsburgh, so I don't know where next I'm going to go with that, but I'll try something else soon with it. So yeah, that's, whoops. Sorry about that. Yeah, so next we're going to do, I'll talk more about the drone in the future. I'll probably put some videos up, do some editing, and yep, that's it. So there'll be a link in the description. I'm going to try to, I know I already have the link for this one in the description from another video, but I'll put it in this video as well. So if you want to purchase it, you can. I don't know if this is on Amazon or for. Because I do get a commission for these, so let me see if I can find it on there, and if it's on there, I'll link it in the description so you can click on it, and please do it through my link because I do get a commission for it if you decide to. This is a good beginner drone, especially for your kids if you want to learn anything. It is a good drone to get started with, and then you can move on to something like DJI because as far as I know, the current products of DJI are still going to be sold in the U.S. for now. I don't know how that's going to work or what's going to go on, but this DJI is by far the best drone I've flown. I've flown this one. I've flown a couple other cheaper ones. I've flown. It was supposed to be an FPV drone, but I've talked to some other people and even some YouTubers, and they said, well, they say it's FPV drone, but we don't believe it's an FPV drone. It's one you can even buy at Walmart, I heard, but not at our local. We don't even have any Walmarts here in Pittsburgh. But even some Targets have them, but none of them are close to this for a DJI drone. If you want to get one, I would grab one. I haven't put it on the channel, so just take a look at it and just order one. All right, guys, I'm signing off.